For this purpose, you must know that Gauss theorem. Now we have to use this Gauss theorem to obtain the expression for electric intensity at a point outside the charge sphere. This is one of the application. Second application is we have to obtain the expression for electric intensity at a point outside the charge conducting wire, we call that charge circular cylinder. म्हणजे if the conductor is spherical charge conductor, if the conductor is cylindrically charged conductor, and third application is if the conductor is thin uniformly charged plain sheet. This thin uniformly charged plain sheet produces electric field in the medium. So in this way, there are three applications of Gauss law or Gauss theorem. If we have to use Gauss theorem to obtain the expression for electric intensity at any point, you remember some points. First point, we must explain the charge distribution on the surface of the conductor. If the conductor is straight wire, then charge distribution is linear charge distribution. If the conductor is plane surface, we call as surface charge distribution. We call that surface charge distribution. And if the conductor is cubic or having volume, certain volume, then this distribution is called as volume charge distribution. In this way, there are three types of charge distribution on the surface of the conductor, and we call as one dimensional charge distribution, we call as linear charge distribution. Two dimensional charge distribution, we call as surface charge distribution, and three dimensional charge distribution, we call as volume charge distribution. Now, first we have to explain what type of charge distribution on the surface of the conductor. This is first point. Second point, we must construct a Gaussian surface. It may be spherical, it may be either cylindrical, but whatever may be the shape of the spherical surface. And second point is we have to explain Gaussian surface. Third point, by using Gauss law, we know that electric flux, that is phi is equal to q upon k epsilon 0. Phi is equal to q upon k epsilon. This is Gauss law. म्हणजे by using Gauss law, the total electric flux passing normally through any closed surface drawn in an electric field is equal to q0 times, is equal to 1 upon k epsilon 0 times the total charge enclosed by the surface. This is Gauss law. So if we have to use Gauss law, then we must find how much total electric flux produced over the whole Gaussian surface. First point. This is third point. If we have to use Gauss law, we must find the value of phi, and by definition of electric flux we can find the value of phi, and value of phi depends upon electric intensity and area of the Gaussian surface. Clear it is? इलेक्ट्रिक फ्लक्स फाइंड करना पड़ेगा अपने को, बाद में टोटल चार्ज कितना है वो गॉसियन सरफेस के अंदर वो फाइंड करना पड़ेगा. म्हणजे बाय देन नेक्स्ट पॉइंट इज phi is equal to q upon k epsilon, that is Gauss law. Now equating these two by definition of electric flux, we have to find how much total electric flux produced over the whole Gaussian surface. Then by using Gauss law, this total electric flux over the whole Gaussian surface is found to be equal to 1 upon k epsilon 0 times the total charge enclosed by the surface. So in this way, if I clear these points by constructing this figure, the first application is that sphere, charged spherical conductor, spherical shell. This question you may ask about 2 marks or it may be 3 marks. Derive an expression for electric intensity at a point outside the charged sphere. Charged sphere. So that we must consider charged sphere. Let us consider an isolated charged sphere. Let us consider an isolated charged sphere having radius capital R, with charge plus Q is placed in the dielectric medium having electrical permeability K epsilon 0 as shown in figure. This is the first point. क्या कंसिडर किया अपन ने? लेट अस कंसिडर एन आइसोलेटेड चार्ज स्फीयर हैविंग रेडियस कैपिटल R with charge plus Q is placed in the dielectric medium having electrical permeability K epsilon 0 as shown in figure. Now let us consider the point P. Let us consider the point P outside the charge sphere is at distance R from the center of the charge sphere, at which we have to find electric intensity due to the charge sphere. Now by Gauss law, now construct a spherical Gaussian surface. क्या कंस्ट्रक्ट करना है? इसको अंदर करना है अपने को, इसको ये चार्ज स्फीयर को एंक्लोज करना है अपने को, बंद करना है इसलिए नाउ कंस्ट्रक्ट ए स्फेरिकल गॉसियन सरफेस. दिस इज now construct a spherical Gaussian surface having radius small r through point P, which is concentric with the given charge sphere. In this way ये कंस्ट्रक्ट करना है. now construct a spherical Gaussian surface having radius small r through point P concentric with the given charge sphere. Now by the symmetry of the spherical Gaussian surface with the given charge sphere, the magnitude of electric intensity at every point on the spherical Gaussian surface is always constant, but direction of electric intensity is radially outward. This is the let E be the magnitude of electric intensity. Let E be the magnitude of electric intensity produced at point P due to charge sphere. Now, by using Gauss law, the total electric flux passing normally through a whole Gaussian surface is equal to Q upon K epsilon 0. This is first point by Gauss law. By using Gauss law, the total electric flux, net electric flux passing normally through a whole Gaussian surface is found to be equal to 1 upon K epsilon 0 times the total charge enclosed by that surface. This is, but by definition of electric flux, electric flux through one of the element of this spherical Gaussian surface through surface area ds is, suppose it is d phi, small electric flux is produced over the surface area ds due to the charge q is given by is equal to electric intensity, component of electric intensity which is normal to the surface area ds, that is E cos theta into area ds. But theta is equal to 0 because surface area ds is normal to the electric intensity E, which is more effective. So that in this case theta is equal to 0. Therefore, we can write E cos 0 into ds. Therefore, cos 0 is equal to, since theta is equal to 0, because surface area ds is normal to the electric intensity E, so that angle the flux is that is theta is equal to 0. Therefore, is equal to A into ds. This is d phi. This much electric flux produced over the surface area ds of one of the element of the spherical Gaussian surface. But this whole spherical Gaussian surface consists of such type of large number of elements, and one of the element of this spherical Gaussian surface, the charge sphere produces this much electric flux on one of the element. Therefore, total electric flux passing normally through whole Gaussian surface can be obtained by taking integration, so that total electric flux d phi can be obtained by taking integration, that is closed surface integral of A into ds. This is the, or is equal to, this is phi, total electric flux, that is E closed surface integral of ds is equal to surface area, that is area of the spherical Gaussian surface. Spherical Gaussian surface having radius r, therefore surface area of the Gaussian surface is found to be equal to 4 pi r square, since this is equation number 2. By definition of electric flux, the total electric flux passing normally through a whole Gaussian surface, whole spherical Gaussian surface having area is how much? 4 pi r square. Therefore, you can write phi is equal to this is, and by Gauss law, phi is equal to q upon k epsilon 0. Now equating these two, we get from 1 and 2, we get q upon k epsilon 0 is equal to A into 4 pi r square. Therefore, E is equal to q upon 4 pi r square into k epsilon 0. This is the expression for, this is the required expression. This is the expression for electric intensity at a point outside the charge sphere. Outside the charge sphere, if I consider this charge sphere in dielectric medium having electrical permittivity k epsilon 0, then this is the expression for electric intensity. Now, if I place this charge sphere in air or vacuum medium, then k is equal to for air, k is equal to 1. Therefore, this equation we can write E is equal to q upon 4 pi r square epsilon 0, or 4 pi epsilon 0 r square. Equation number 3 is general expression, and this is equation number 4. This is the expression for electric intensity at a point outside the charge sphere for air medium. E is equal to q upon 4 pi epsilon 0 r square. From this equation, it shows that electric intensity produced at a point depends upon which factor? Depends upon strength of the electric charge q. It is directly proportional. E is directly proportional to q, and it is inversely proportional to r square. From this equation it shows that E is directly proportional to Q and inversely proportional to square of the distance, and that is r square. If r increases, the electric intensity at that point goes on decreasing. If r increases, electric intensity decreases. So this is the expression. Now this is one of the form. This is one of the form of expression for electric intensity in terms of charge. Now Q be the total charge which is uniformly distributed over the surface area of the sphere A. If R be the radius of the charge sphere, therefore surface area of the charge sphere is 4 pi r square, and let by definition of charge distribution, let sigma be the surface charge distribution. Let sigma be the surface density of charge. That is, surface density of charge means charge per unit area, 4 pi r square. Let sigma be the surface density of charge on the surface of the sphere is a measure of charge per unit area. Charge per unit area on the surface of the sphere is called as surface density of charge. So that let sigma is equal to Q upon 4 pi r square. Therefore Q is equal to 4 pi r square into sigma. Now substituting this value of Q in this equation for air medium, then substitute this value in 4, we get E is equal to 4 pi r square sigma upon 4 pi epsilon 0 into r square, that is equal to, we cancel, that is r square upon r square into sigma upon epsilon 0. This is the expression for electric intensity at a point outside the charge sphere in terms of surface density of charge. This is the E is equal to r square upon r square into sigma upon epsilon 0. So in this way we can obtain the expression for electric intensity at a point outside the charge spherical shell or charge hollow sphere. Clear it is? Now we know that electric intensity depends upon charge and distance of the point from the center of the charge. Now if I consider the point P on the surface of the sphere, then this equation we can write. This equation we can write. That is electric intensity at a point on the surface that is E is equal to E, that is small r tends to r. Therefore this equation we can write Q upon 4 pi epsilon 0 into r square. If I consider the point P on the surface of the charge sphere, then electric intensity produced on the surface of the charge sphere is given by E is equal to q upon 4 pi epsilon 0 r square. This can be written as q upon, that is sigma upon epsilon 0, since sigma is equal to q upon 4 pi r square. That is another form. In terms of surface density of charge, this is the electric intensity at a point on the surface of the charge sphere in terms of charge and in terms of surface density of charge. So this is one of the application of Gauss law. Now, how you can write this? फिर से थोड़ा मैं रिपीट करता इसको, because these articles are very important. Out of these three application, you may ask one of the application in exam, or if the theory, in place of theory, you may give numericals on this article, so that either numerical or theory you may ask out of these three applications. So for this purpose, first you will describe this figure. Whatever may be the figure you draw on the paper, then you must explain this figure. उसको अपने को बोल के करना पड़ेगा, उसको सिर्फ ड्रॉ करके नहीं चलता। फिगर ड्रॉ किया, वो फिगर से अपने को कुछ मालूमात नहीं होंगी, यानी वो क्या फिगर क्या कह रही, क्या बोल रही, तो उसको यानी बोल की आकृति बोलते उसको। तो उसको उससे अपने को वो अपने को बताना पड़ेगा, ये ऐसा ऐसा कहना है इसका, इसलिए वी कंसीडर दिस फर्स्ट पॉइंट. फर्स्ट वी कंसीडर एन आइसोलेटेड चार्ज स्फीयर हैविंग रेडियस r with charge plus q is placed in the dielectric medium having electrical permittivity k epsilon 0 as shown in figure. Now let us consider the point P just outside the charge sphere is at distance r, small r, from the center of the charge sphere at which we have to find electric intensity. This is our aim. Now construct a spherical Gaussian surface having radius r concentric with the given charge sphere through point P. Now let us consider a very small element on the Gaussian surface having area ds. Then by the symmetry of the spherical Gaussian surface with the given charge sphere, the magnitude of electric intensity at every point on the Gaussian surface remains constant, but it is radially outward direction. Magnitude remains constant because each and every point on the spherical Gaussian surface situated at equal distance from the center of the charge sphere, so that magnitude of electric intensity at every point on the spherical Gaussian surface is always constant. Let E be the magnitude of electric intensity produced on the spherical Gaussian surface. Now by Gauss law, the total electric flux passing normally through a whole spherical Gaussian surface is given by and that is phi is equal to, this is first equation, phi is equal to q upon k epsilon 0. This is first equation, by Gauss law. Now by definition, we have to use definition of electric flux. Now by definition of electric flux, the electric flux produced over the surface area ds of the element of the Gaussian surface is given by that is E dot ds, E dot ds, E dot ds into cos theta, but theta is equal to 0, theta is equal to 0, therefore we can write, and d phi is equal to small flux produced over the small area ds of the element AB of the element is given by d phi is equal to E into ds. एक एलिमेंट में तैयार हो गए, ये फ्लक्स जो तैयार हो गया ये स्मॉल एलिमेंट में तैयार हो गया, बट वी वांट द टोटल फ्लक्स ओवर द होल spherical Gaussian surface. Therefore, this whole spherical Gaussian surface consists of such type of large number of elements, and on one of the element of the Gaussian surface, the charge sphere produces small flux, that is d phi is equal to E into ds. Therefore, total electric flux passing normally through a whole Gaussian surface can be obtained by taking integration. This is total electric flux.